We start off in the depths of some sort of fortress. There are stone walls all around, and a man you guys would recognize as Eldred the Mad, his eyes snap open. Awoken from his trance, he stands up. It appears the young human had, in fact, bought his lie. This would be certainly useful later, as the professor could be used in a trade of some kind. Perhaps knowledge of his location would be useful for the adventurers, perhaps not. As usual, he would add it to the list of strings he kept in order to pull or prod. Things that you could call, a gambler would call chips, or perhaps a general would call backup plans. Are you back, General? There is a sort of a knock at the door as one of the other unborn attempt to get his attention. What are we going to do with the prisoner? We will keep him alive for now. He is certainly of use to us, and of definite use to our Lord Tareth. Even saying his name was like acid on his tongue. 1,000 years. 1,000 years was the cost that he paid for his mistake. On that day, they were both supposed to die.
Oh.
Yes. We'll keep him alive for now. In the meantime, I am needed in the Cold Valley region. There's a fight that our Lord is hoping to pull our way. Do you know what the next move will be? That will be up for our greater God to decide. But if you were to ask me and have my assumptions, Norrith is up to something, which is why our Lord is making such moves. Even in death, that greater God is providing problems to our Lord. But specifically, where do you think we'll be sent next? It is hard to say. The alliance with the dragon is precarious at best. We'll have to find the right time to betray her, though she is crafty. I will have to talk to our Lord. See what else. And I have no doubt that we'll be given orders soon. Of course, the unborn salutes. This is one clearly significantly younger. This one was on perhaps his first reincarnation. The general, also known as Eldred the Mad, makes his way throughout the fortress of Risen Isle, down into the depths, where a portal lay. A connection between the physical realm and the domain of the God of the New. My lord, you are sending me to the Cold Valley region, correct? That is correct. Your wisdom always impresses me, Eldred. All those years ago, throughout the centuries, you have proven most useful. The greatest of which is the advice you gave me on that day. I aim to serve, my lord. Of course you do. After all, I have what is most precious to you. There is a silence in the room. A silence that emphasizes what Eldred is missing the most. In order to ensure in order to ensure the loyalty of his servants, the greater god Tareth takes something of them when they are first born, and thus the unborn are always lacking something. For Eldred, it was something that he'd been so long without, that he almost barely remembered. The sound of blood rushing through his ears. The thrumming. His heart had been missing for 1,000 years. Perhaps more. He had lost track of that time. You have always been more useful without that thing. I agree. I agree, my lord. Your decision was optimal. Always with a way with words. If only your colleagues were as clever as you, Aldred. Now go. For now, I have no more orders. Try and kill the Archmage that lies in Iron Crag while you're there. I might have an extra reward for you if you're able to accomplish the feat. I know how much you love wizards. It will be done, my lord. Though, admittedly, I cannot guarantee it. Oh? The wizard you are speaking of, the Archmage Coldheart, is not one that would be willing to spend all of his spells in battle. He will be saving perhaps his most powerful one for escape. It will guarantee us the fight, but it will not guarantee us that kill. Ah, I see. The fight, the battle, is more important then. Now go. The portal winks out, leaving Eldred alone in the room. All that's left is his mask that he wears. Not anything physical, but instead a mental buffer that he had set up centuries ago to block his hatred, his rage, his malice for the greater god that ruled over him for the last millennia and a half. It was coming upon his 1500th birthday, though it would not be something he would celebrate. If the adventurers proved useful, then at long last, he could salivate over the thought of freedom. He had been imprisoned so long, he wasn't even sure what he would do with such broken chains. We go back to you guys walking over the hill of Fort Marshlight. Nope. Over the hill, there is smoke rising, and the sound of battle filling your ears. Now, first you could hear it as a distant roar, but now you can hear the individual blasts of magic, the roar of creatures as wyverns circle the fortress at the very center of the river. Fort Marshlight is currently under attack. An army on the east side of the bank currently lies. The nature of the fortress and the dangerousness that is the river as it roars past, it's not a very safe river to attempt to cross, makes it very difficult and is almost like a bottleneck for the entire army. So that is what for you. A fortress currently under siege and a battle ongoing. What are you guys doing?
Now that we know we're going to go into combat, I'm going to cast Aid on Ruben, Kazi, and Kreth.
Kazi's
And
gonna cast Blade Ward on himself.
then spend a minute using Magical Cunning to recover the spell slot.
All right. Yeah, you take a minute. You guys are going to be approaching the western side of the fortress. And with that, you go up to the western side of this fortress is actually currently open. The gate is wide open, and there's actually nobody around on this side of the fortress. There is a roar as it appears that all of the soldiers are on the northeast side. But right, I'm going to place you guys. Actually, I can just copy your whole squad from the oh, wrong one. That is very much so the wrong one. Where'd it go? Here we go.
Technically, the owl is
And
dead,
Who are you
but
casting?
Adrien...
Oh.
Aid.
Who are you casting aid on?
Oh, that was Ruben, Kreth, and Kazi.
Alright, it should be the same then. I don't think we have to reset it. Unless at level 3?
Yeah, 3rd level.
Alright. Then
There's a warlock spot.
you guys approach the fortress. It appears to be currently unattended on this side of the fortress, with the majority of it occurring on the north side.
One more thing. Technically, while I never mentioned that Adrien resummoned his owl, he likely would have done so before they left town.
Okay. Yeah, I can re-add your owl then.
No,
Oh.
that's what I was asking, because it was on the battle map, or at least before
You
you...
would have had enough time, so you can say that you resummoned your owl if you mark off the gold cost.
Yeah. That's 10 gold, right?
Yeah. It's been like a day and a half, so you would have had plenty of time as you guys are setting up camp.
Long rest?
Yeah, you've had a long rest. You've all had a long rest.
Probably just do with that just in case, because I don't remember if I actually did it.
And then I'm also, before we walk up, I am casting features.
I'm confused. How is every cube of force roll I do on that one?
A what?
I just keep getting that one, so I'm just annoyed, that's all.
Oh, you're just unlucky.
Yeah.
Casting mage armor.
Alright, so you guys are casting mage armor. You're getting prepared. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you enter this fight? It is, looks like it is getting rough.
As long as we're going to immediately enter the fight, I would also like to cast Haste. However,
I would hold off on that.
I have 2 spell slots.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah?
How close are we to fighting, Andrew? Are we like half mile or 100 feet?
You would be, like, within 100 feet of the fighting by now.
Okay. So we can see it then. That's good.
So maybe like a one. So maybe like a 1-round penalty or no penalty on the duration.
For if you were casting it now, you could cast it at the start
Yeah.
of the fight, but it would take your first action.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ah, I see. Okay. I would say you would get a 1-round penalty if you wanted to cast it right before you got to the fortress. I'm imagining you guys are rushing to the fight after getting prepared.
Then Kazi's
Yeah.
gonna cast Lightning Storm above the battlefield.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah, if you want to cast that to begin with, just go ahead and place it where you want to place it. I'm going to want all of you guys to roll for initiative. So as you can see... Oh, wait. Yeah, Gerald is currently with you. Yes?
No, my computer kept jumping.
Okay, yeah, if you guys want to roll for initiative, I have... Okay, so for the purposes of this battle, there are a lot of creatures on this, and I actually have a thing for, like, when groups make attacks, so just to make things go faster, and legitimately it got deleted from my notes, so now I have to go find it real quick, and I'm very annoyed by this. I could have sworn I added it to my notes.
Hey, Andrew, where are the enemies so I can put the Call Lightning in the right spot? I should be able to see where they're fighting, right?
So if you place it here, it'll cover basically the whole battlefield. It's the north side of the fortress.
Like center it there?
Yeah. You know how I said that my not having access to my network storage drive would not affect me? It's affecting me because that's where the Dungeon Master's Guide is. Ah! Let me try searching up for it. I can't believe it. I am flabbergasted. Ah, here it is. Here it is. That's all I needed.
With as many enemies as there are, I might actually want to cast Haste later rather than sooner.
There we go. All right, I'm just going to add that to the list of things I need. Okay, so has everybody rolled for initiative?
Yeah, I forgot.
Yes, I got a 1 to initiative.
We need Kazi, the Jackal, and the Awakened Tree to the Herbert to roll for initiative.
Is it normal or advantage?
Normal. -1.
I know!
We will start at towards the beginning here. Okay, I'm gonna try and go through these really quickly. And since you can't see these current attacks, I'm not necessarily going to narrate them. All right. Nope. This group is going to go. And I'm just going to try and organize this here so it makes a lot more sense. Here we go.
I didn't realize that haste, the lethargy effect of haste, was just whenever the spell ended, not only if it ends prematurely.
Yep, it's when the spell ends.
Okay.
Alright, they're going to make some attacks. They're going to make some attacks. This guard is going to... The fighting, it gets louder as you guys approach. These guys are going to make some attacks. This guard is going to go down. Oh, yeah, wait. Yep.
I know I said I probably wouldn't be, but I think it would be funny because Adrien rolled a 1 on initiative that he's late to the fight because he was casting haste on himself.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So I think for canonical reasons, it would be funny to cast, or actually thematically fitting to cast haste.
Alright, Ruben, you are the first one up, so you could go right inside of this gate. It is currently open. And there is nobody, at least nobody that you can see within the first courtyard.
Hey, can you... Andrew.
Oh, I can't hear Ruben. What is he saying? Oh,
I
he's
think he said...
muted.
Oh, I had myself muted. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Shield of Faith? Alright. Yeah, go ahead.
So...
That's bonus action. And then I'm kind of just gonna run here.
Alright, you should be able to move there. Oh, it's there. No. Oh, shoot.
There's a wall.
I will just move that wall real quick. Yeah, you make it into the inside of the fortress. You do see a what appears to be some sort of scout up on top firing arrows. What you also see, no, you don't see much of anything else, but you do hear the roars of wyverns, which you saw when you guys were approaching the fortress. They are making circles around the fort.
Oh, there's my horse, actually.
Ah, a horse. Almost forgot.
Andrew, can you add the +2 AC bonus from haste to my character?
Yeah, I can add the haste effect to your character, and that should do everything automatically. That's the cool part about this. Yeah, so you can go a little further, Ruben, since you are on your horse currently. There is a doorway going underneath this place if you want to go through that. Otherwise, there's a doorway going into this building, which you can get up to the wall through. It would be a little difficult for your horse to fit into, though, unfortunately. But yeah, there's
Who's on our
this...
side?
Right,
Who's on-
other than that.
Are the kobolds the enemies and the dragonborn, the dragonborn, the good guys?
From what you can assume, probably. You know the uniform that the guards use because you've passed through this fortress once before. So yeah, you could I can tell you which ones are clearly guards of this fortress or soldiers of this fortress and which ones are not. Where do you like to go? There is mostly just this way, and then you can enter this building and this building.
Okay. So, where do I get to the rest of the courtyard, or is this it?
It would be through this entryway right here.
Okay, then I want to ride towards that one.
All right. How much more movement do you have?
I think I have...
60 feet. You still have an action if you wish to dash. But that is as far as the horse can go on its movement.
Why can't I see anything down the tunnel?
I can move you to the other side here. You approach just to see a wyvern standing on top of this huge building, momentarily stopping, flapping its wings, dropping off some kobolds. And you also see a squad of kobolds coming from the north side of the fortress. They have appeared to have broken through the northern gate.
Alright. Why not ride straight up?
All right, would you like to
So if
dash?
I dash on my horse, do I go another 60 feet?
Yes, you would go another 60 feet.
Maybe I want to stay here. I don't know. That's how far away they. They're in an easy turn riding distance, so I might as well stay over here.
All right, you're currently surveying the battlefield. Just as that's happening, these are guys. Nope. These guys
Yeah,
are
not
going
quite.
to make their move.
Can
Yes.
you do a bonus action on your action, or no?
No.
I don't believe so, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, while you're doing this, scout is going to fire some arrows. That second one will hit. This guard is going to move forward and is going to be using the dodge action. Kazi, it is your turn.
Kazi is going to run... Actually, can Kazi get up onto the wall?
You can if you have some sort of... Otherwise, there are stairways inside of these buildings to get up to the wall. So that would be the easiest way. Or there are multiple stairways within the fortress. But this would be the quickest way.
How much movement would it take to climb up the wall?
To climb up the wall?
Yeah.
It would be, the walls are about 10 feet high, so I would say it would take 20 feet without a climbing speed.
So I can get to the wall in 10 feet and get up the wall in 20 feet. That's all my movement, so I'm on the wall.
Yes, but it would also be an athletics test check to see if you can climb up the walls. Though the inner walls will be easier than the outer ones. Just because of the nature of the way that the fortresses are made. They're more designed for keeping people out then.
Yeah. I'll climb up the inner wall. What check was it?
An athletics check.
2.
Ouch. So you start to scramble up the wall, and there's not really any good purchases for getting to the battlements. I'm gonna say you don't use your entirety of your movement, huh?
Okay, then instead of going that, Kazi would have gone this way. He's gonna scoot closer to these stairs. Oh my goodness, why are you climbing the wall?
All right.
Kazi is gonna see what's the dude's name? The wyvern, and smash it with a lightning bolt.
You don't see a wyvern at the moment, unfortunately.
I don't? Oh. I'm not sure why I thought I could see it. It's not high enough in the air?
No, they are flying quite low, and you're right next to a building and some walls, and the wyvern is in general to your northeast.
Okay. Then are these guys, the scout and the whatever the other dude is, are those friendlies or enemies?
These two are our fortress soldiers.
Okay. So I can't do anything yet.
All right. Are you choosing...
Wait, I can dash. I can dash!
You can
Forgot I
dash.
could dash.
Would you like to dash and go up the stairs?
Yeah.
Dashing into the gatehouse, you quickly find the stairs go straight up, and you find yourself amidst this. I will place you right here, because you can see the... not quite. But you can see there are some scouts on the roof, and I'll move them right here. There is a wyvern on top of the roof right here.
There we go. Can Kazi cast lightning bolt or use lightning strike on the wyvern?
It does require an action to
use
the spell.
Can't do anything else. Kazi's gonna stay sheltered under the awning then.
Oh, all right. The wyvern dives down. The kobold actually hops off of the wyvern, and the wyvern starts flying again. This kobold is going to just stab into this guy. Oh, he will hit.
Sad.
Oh, yeah, wounding this scout. Oh, no, not 4. -4. No, he doesn't have 4 health left. There we go. This wyvern is going to fly first. Where would they go? Okay, they are going to appear. You just get the glimpse far to the north. On the north side of the fortress, Kazi, you get a glimpse of the wing of a wyvern diving between the buildings, but you don't see much else.
Okay.
Harold is going to start charging in. He is no longer 50 feet up in the air. There we go. He is going to... yeah, he's going to dash. So that is as far as he gets. This wyvern is going to fly forward and is going to attack the 2 scouts as well. And it has multi-attack, so it can make one. It's going to bite one of the scouts, and then its sting lances out and attempts to hit one of the scouts as well. That'll be a 14. Unfortunately, the 14 will hit, and so will the sting. So that is... its stinger slams into the abdomen of one of the scouts, and it seems to inject something. It pulls out, and the scout just falls from the roof and hits the ground, very much so dead. Dead instantly from the poison. The bite, on the other hand, this scout is still standing, though very majorly wounded by that bite. The knight at the front of the line, Ruben, you are watching as a bunch of guards are holding this side of the fortress as kobolds are pouring in. They're going to those. Oh. Also, I should note that majority of these kobolds actually they're not just dressed in clothing. They have armor and like steel weapons and stuff. They are in more of an equipped army than tribal kobolds. So the second attack will not hit, but the first one will just cleave this kobold in two. Kreth, it is your turn.
Okay. Why am I... Hold on, I keep getting a pop-up that says reload application. Get out of here.
You gotta reload. Didn't you say your thank you to whatever internet service provider you have?
No, I don't need to do that, because I'm goated. Alright, I can only see like one dude, right? Never mind, I've expanded my vision and I can see all of them now. I'm gonna shoot at...
Wyvern first.
Okay, yeah, I'll mark the wyvern. Let me get that going.
You unfortunately cannot see the wyvern where you are right now.
Oh. Is that a scout right in front of me?
This is Harold.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's Harold or Gerald. Can't remember the name
30
of my
feet,
characters.
right? Bam.
Gerald.
No, actually I have 40, but that's
Yep,
fine.
you'd have
Wait,
40
why
feet.
can't...
And you also
I
have a
can't-
climbing speed, so you can scale right up the walls if you wanted to.
Can I see the wyvern from here?
Unfortunately, no. There's these walls are a little too tall.
Okay, so that's... I can't really do anything else then. That's as far as I can move.
You can dash. That will use your action, but that means you will be in the fight
Okay.
next round.
Yeah, I will dash then, so I'm just gonna go up on top of this wall.
Kazi, you run as soon as you get out
I'm
of
not
the...
allowed to, though.
As soon as you get out of the stairs, you watch as Kreth just vaults himself over the ramparts. And
Can I use my bonus action still?
joins next. Yes, you still have your bonus action.
Alright, I'm gonna mark the wyvern then.
Actually, I'm going to remove these. The way that terrain things show up is a little weird. So I'm going to say, yeah, you can see the wyvern. It is now marked. All right, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right, some of the scouts are going to go. Unfortunately, that is going to both miss. These guards are going to go. They're actually going to start heading, and they are going to go through the building and wind up right on top of the roof. They're going to try and contest this kobold that has just landed itself on the roof. It is now the jackal's turn. Kazi, where would you like your jackal to go?
The jackal is going to be super stealthy.
All right,
So it's
make
gonna
a
roll.
stealth check, and then it can move 40 feet. So it's sneaking around. It might not be noticed. It might. Yeah, more observant creatures might see it.
Can you put it up by me? I'm going to
Yes.
hide behind me.
Yes, it pops through the door as well.
And that's it for the jackal's turn.
All right, that's these guys
No,
are going to
no.
go. The priest is going to be casting spells. The priest actually sees... no, the priest doesn't recognize you guys, unfortunately. So instead, he is going to cast Bless on some other creatures. And this one. This guard is going to go. This guard is advancing. This kobold is going to attack the guard. But he has advantage because of pack tactics. That will hit. That is 6 damage. That guard is now bloodied. Some of these turns I'm going to quickly go through because they're either not directly in the fighting or they have a couple of attacks they can make. Oh, that one will hit. A headshot right through this goblin here. Not goblin, kobold. Alright. What do you guys want Celsi Weaver to do? She is right behind you guys. She's going to go her 30 feet, but she can only get to the end of this, the middle of this gatehouse.
Have her dash up to us.
Alright, yeah, she can just barely get to the top of these steps as well, along with your... Actually, she gets to the bottom. She's not as fast as the jackal. This wyvern is going to go... It is going to be flying 30 feet in the air, and they are actually going to fly overhead over to this roof. And that is going to end that wyvern's turn. But the kobold actually carries a heavy crossbow and is going to fire it at the priest. Oh, also you can tell immediately by the clothing that this is a priest of the Golden Will. That is a critical hit. That will be 16 damage. That is pretty bad. And they do not lose concentration, but they are immediately they are not bloodied. But that was a pretty bad blow. The owl, Adrien. What would you like the owl to do?
The owl is pretty... Let me see, where's the icon? The owl is pretty much going to fly probably to about here. Stupid wall.
Yep.
Oh, you put the owl up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then fly like another 30 or so feet up.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to delete... Some of these terrain is not working as well as I thought it would, so I'm just going to delete the outer edge here because it makes less sense than before. There we go. Now you guys should see you guys should have a proper view.
There we go.
Also, never mind, I've got to check that a second.
These guys are going to move, and that will make it Adrien's turn. You are up.
Oh, finally. Adrien is going to run basically up the stairs following Kreth. Not Kreth, Kazi.
Yeah.
And so he should end up right behind Kazi then.
Yes, you should be able to make it. You make it to you make it to the top of the ahead of Celsi. You make it to the top of the stairs. You see these two wyverns on the roofs here with kobolds hopping off of them to fight a number one. This kobold has a heavy crossbow, and the other ones are all armored in heavy armor. Actually, you still have your bonus action if you'd like to use that for something.
No.
Oh, you also
I
are
still have an
hasted.
action. I still have an action.
Does your movement double from haste?
Yeah, it's like plus 30 feet.
Okay, then yeah. What would you like to do?
Which of the two wyverns is more of a threat? Which it seems to be more of a threat at the moment, or is bloodied?
This one appears to be about to attack the priest here. This one is currently in the middle of... This one does not have any kobolds on it. In terms of which one's more threatening, maybe the one that's about to attack the priest, I would say.
I know, it's just speed is doubled, not plus 30, so that's the same thing for me. But yeah, I'm going to attack the one that's going to attack the priest.
You have
15, 10, 16, 14.
The 15, the 16, and the 14 will all hit. So go ahead and roll damage for 3 of them. Just emerging onto the top of the stairs on the top of one of the fortress battlements, you see this wyvern ready to pounce on the priest, and you unleash a bunch of eldritch blasts, and you definitely get its attention. What's the total damage? 16.
So
it is
no,
not.
those were extra attack rolls because I realized I also had that action from haste, which the 16 would hit, but the 10 wouldn't. If I'm correct.
Yeah, so you hit 4 times.
So that is 12, 8, 14, and 14.
Yeah, you definitely got its attention. The Eldritch Blast slam into it, and it no longer seems to be interested in much to the rider's annoyance. It's trying to drive the wyvern to continue to attack the priest, but the wyvern is now focused on you, and it looks angry. That will make it Herbert's turn.
Not a
Kazi,
good sign.
what do you want Herbert to do?
He's gonna waddle into the clearing and just keep going.
Oh yeah, Herbert has 20 movement speed, so it can make it 40 feet. It's on its way.
Can Herbert see anything?
Unfortunately, no. Not from its angle. It's in the middle of a very small courtyard, and there's towering walls that are blocking its view of basically everything.
Then why when I click on him can I see everything?
That's because he doesn't have vision, like player vision, like your guys' tokens have.
Oh, okay.
I might have to add that later.
I was wondering because he was taller. Could he see over the wall?
Actually, how tall is he? 10 feet? He could barely see. He could barely see the wyvern here.
How far away is that wyvern?
Yeah, Herbert did already dash though.
So he's done. Never mind.
The
That's
scout.
all Herbert's gonna do.
What appears to be one of the higher-ranking soldiers of the fortress is going to unleash a barrage against the same one that Adrien attacked. And then... oh, that is going to be... believe it or not, attacks with advantage have advantage. There we go. Yeah, both of those will hit, and then... damage, and then normal damage. Yeah, the arrows slam into the creature, but it is pretty tough. Though it is now bloodied due to the Adrien spell and the arrows slamming into it. Yeah, it's because it is now the top of the round. This wyvern is also... they might have a better target. Ahead of a third wyvern strikes down at the very edge of your guys' vision, between the two large buildings of the fortress, and it is going to... these two warriors right here are going to attack this guard who's trying to regroup with the others. That will not hit. So the crossbow goes wide, but then this is going to be... oh. Technically, this is going to be at advantage. That is a critical hit. 8. Yeah, the guard is immediately bloodied, but is still standing after a nasty sword slash across his back. There we go. These guys are going to move. Ruben, you watch as goblins on the roof, all carrying heavy crossbows. They aim and then fire down at the guards below. And these, some of the targets have advantage because of pack tactics. 14 will not hit, but the 20 will hit. Firing at the knight who appears to be on the front line. That will go through, only doing 5 damage though. And that will be with advantage. Those will both hit. This one is dead. And these two are also going to fire. It's going to be a little out of order in terms of initiative because these guys I'm trying to keep them in track by doing them in groups. I don't want to be flying constantly around the battlefield. There we go. And yeah, this guard also falls to crossbow bolts. Ruben, it is now your turn.
Oh, let's say hello to my friends. Right about...
yeah, you still have about 10 feet of... no.
yeah, I do. I was just seeing what was going on.
Yeah, you have about 10 feet of... no, 20 feet of movement left, actually. Give or take. Yeah, at the front of the line, a number of these guards are blocking heavily armored kobolds from approaching. But you can shove them out of the way. Jumping to the front of the line, these two are dead, but then this one is alive and this one is alive. You can also see that there are more coming from the northern gate that are about to enter the fortress.
Okay, I am going to... I really need to add that to my favorites. I cast Divine Favor.
Divine Favor. Till the spell ends, your attacks with weapons deal an extra 1d4 radiant damage on hit. And I will add that to you. There we go.
Alright. Now for slashing up my enemies. With my longsword. Wait, no, I can do Vow of Enmity first. So I can roll with advantage on this cobalt in front of me.
That one is dead, though there is one right here, and then there's one right here.
Why is he not labeled as dead?
He should be. Hang on, I'm trying to get this.
This guy's dead, but that guy doesn't look dead.
The problem is, though, there's a whole thing. Oh, there we go. If I mark them as dead from the token, then they just have a little skull at the top left of their token. But if I mark them on the initiative counter, then they actually show up as very much dead.
Oh.
So I'm going to try and do that as the battle goes on. Yep, so those two are dead. You would like to attack this one?
Yeah. Will 16 hit?
It actually will not. You don't manage to cut through. This kobold is almost entirely heavy, is wearing heavy armor, and is covered from head to tail in metal.
Wow. That's tough for a kobold.
And as you get close enough to get a good look at this creature's armor, you immediately notice, you recognize the symbol on the breastplate. This is the symbol of the dragon that you saw earlier with the bandits on the bridge, if you remember that. Like it would be weeks ago in this in-game time. It is the symbol of the dragon that cut down your village and kidnapped a number of people in order to force them to produce mithril.
Alright, Ruben, seeing that his first attack has failed, he now is just enraged at seeing what sort of kobolds these are, and is going to attack him again.
All right.
You can scream die or something like that?
That
Any sort of battle cry?
That will hit.
Good. And then I can re-roll damage because of Savage Attacker. So that's 16 damage.
16 damage. You can find it on the initiative roll. It is, yeah, you cut it in half. That is way more than its maximum health. You just, with your blade shining with divine light, you just slice right through its armor. That kobold is very much dead.
All right. I think I'm just gonna stay there.
All right, you decide to hold the line as more and more of these kobolds are approaching the fortress. Oh, this scout is going to go. This one is now attacking the wyvern. This one's attacking the wyvern that Kreth has marked. That will hit. That'll be 10 against the wyvern. Kazi, it is now your turn.
Alright. Kazi going to nail the wyvern right in front of him with lightning bolt. Or not lightning bolt.
Call lightning?
What is it called? Oh, yeah.
The lightning bolt strikes the wyvern. Oh, it has to make a... What is it, a dexterity saving throw? Dexterity saving
It's a
throw,
dex
that is
roll.
correct. Alright, it is going to make it. And it succeeds, I believe.
Actually, what's the weather?
The weather?
Yeah, what's the weather?
It is currently... it is a sunny day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to be fair, I rolled just now.
Yeah.
Yes, so it is going to succeed, so it only takes 9 points of lightning. You manage to... It moves at the last second, and your lightning strikes its wing rather than a direct hit on its body.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Kazi? Move, or use your bonus action?
So, yeah, he's just going to move back here. Can he move into the doorway so he's not standing on the steps?
Yeah, I can move you into the doorway here.
Okay. Yeah, and then that's it for Kazi's turn.
Alright, this kobold here is going to make an attack. That is going to be... It is definitely going to fail. One of the wyverns is going to go. It is going to... The one farthest away from you guys is going to swing out with its tail. And it is going to critically hit on this poor guard that's trying to retreat. And that guard is very much so dead. It drops down to the ground dead. There are no more targets. So it is going to flap its wings, start flying into the air. Yeah, it's pretty fast flying speed, so it is going to move forward, and it is going to catch up with this guard. That is going to be a 22. That will hit. And that is going to be another guard that goes down. The first one stings, and the guard drops from the poison. The second, it flies forward, leaping jump, and lands on top of the second guard, just tearing into him. It is Gerald's turn. Gerald is still not in the fight yet, but he is going to move to here, and then he is going to... He's just got caught up to you. He's just right behind you, Ruben. He is actually going to shout to you, Ruben. Let's push them back. Get that gate closed. It is going to be the wyvern's turn. The wyvern, this one is not the one that Adrien hit, so it is not distracted, and it is just going to sting one of the guards. The only guard. Yeah. No, there's two. It will actually not hit. So it tries to sting, and the guard manages to dodge out of the way. It also has a bite attack. That will hit. The guard, the wyvern lunges forward. The guard dodges the sting, but is not fast enough for the mouth, and it closes around the top half of the guard, and the guard is just chomped in half by this creature. This knight is still defending the line, but actually this knight is going to run through, seeing you have taken up the front, Ruben. He's going to run through the house and then get up on the roof here, and he's going to attack this kobold that's firing down. That will 100% kill this kobold. This kobold is right next to you, Ruben, and it is going to attempt to attack you with its short sword. That is a 21 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, unlucky for this kobold. He is fighting the highest AC creature probably on the battlefield. And it just bounces off of your armor. You hear Ruben. Ruben, this scout has turned from firing at the kobolds on top of the roof here, and is actually firing down on this side of the wall. And you hear a shout, "They're climbing over the walls!" And he's going to make some attacks. Those are not going to hit, so those are just flinged arrows. This
Flinged
guard...
arrows.
Flinged arrows. This guard is going to attempt to try and get to here, and that'll be just close enough to stab this kobold with his spear. Unfortunately, that will not hit. It is not one of the heavily armored kobolds, but still a miss. That is,
All of them are
yeah,
heavily armored.
yeah. Not all. Some of them are armed with heavy crossbows rather than heavier armor. That is when these four more kobolds storm across the bridge, and they are going to enter the fight as well. Yeah, more kobolds by the moment are streaming across the bridge, spanning the gap to the north side of the river. That will be their turn, though. Kreth, it is now back to you. There are 3 wyverns within your sight now. This is the one that you've marked.
Okay.
It just bit this guard in half.
I'm gonna attack it. Actually, do I? Yeah, alright, I'm gonna attack it.
All right,
24 and a 13.
Unfortunately, the 13 will miss, but the 24 will hit.
And is it damaged?
Yes, it has already been damaged.
Oh my goodness, this is the
By-
3rd time in a row I've rolled a 1 on that specific roll. 4th time in a row. And then I get full... Okay, fine.
So what is your total?
That's 19 damage.
Nice. Yeah, the first crossbow slams directly into the body, and the rearing of this creature, as it it roars and rears in pain. Your second crossbow goes, you accommodate for that a little too much, and you go a little too far off to the side.
And then I'm also going to cast Ensnaring Strike on it.
Ensnaring Strike. All right. What is? You cast
let me see
the
if I
spell
can-
on the character sheet.
Hold on. Let me just... It's making me do dialogue. There we go. There. Why didn't it... Okay, there we go.
Aggressive guidance appear on it and it makes a strength saving throw. All right, it is going to make a strength saving throw. Unfortunately, these beasts are pretty strong, but it is going to fail. So, while the creature has the restrained condition until the spell ends on a successful save, the vines shrivel away and the spell ends. All right, yeah, it failed, so it is now currently restrained. I actually have my conditions list. Restrained means its movement speed is 0. It has disadvantage on attacks, and attacks against it have advantage. And it has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So yeah, as your arrow suddenly sprouts with a dozen roots, and they spread out and they cling to the roof, pinning it to the roof in a makeshift trap. It is now restrained. Would you like to move anywhere?
No, I'm good.
All right, back to the mini fighters on this battlefield. It will get faster as time goes on. A lot of people are dying. That is going to be a critical hit, so this kobold is going to go down. They don't have a ton of health. It is the jackal. Kazi? Where would you like your jackal to go?
Yeah, it's gonna try to be stealthier.
All right, I'll go ahead and make a stealth
15.
check. Yeah, that will be enough for, especially since a lot of these creatures are occupied with the fight. They probably won't be paying attention to a random animal. Where do you like your jackal to go?
He's just gonna stay there.
All right. This kobold on the top of the wyvern is going to leap off onto the roof, and then he's going to go all the way, and he's going to attack the priest. That is going to be a critical hit, because that is apparently the only thing that they can do today. 10 damage. The priest is not looking too good, and is actually bloodied. It is immediately the priest's turn. Yeah, the priest is going to, unlike the priests, the followers of the Clear Lake, the ones that follow the Golden Will do not make an oath of nonviolence. And he is going to slam the kobold. Unfortunately, the kobold is able to deflect with his shield that he has, and the mace just bounces right off. Then he's going to cast Healing Word, mostly just on himself, because he is the most wounded creature he can see. He's no longer bloodied. Oh, no, he's not dead. That was a misclick. That was a misinput.
He's secretly an undead.
This guard will lunge forward, Ruben, right next to you, but will fail to hit through the heavily armed kobolds. The scout's going to fire some arrows. Those will miss. This scout, this guard. Oh, this guard is going to... Yeah, this guard is going to join the knight since you are currently blocking... You're holding the line there. This guard is going to make through and make it to the roof, and it's going to stab one of the... attempt to stab one of the kobolds. That will hit, which that will do damage. Enough to bring it down to bloody, but not enough to kill it. That one has already gone. This one is going to make an athletics check. Wow, they suck at athletics checks. Yeah. This scout is going to be forced to, disengage, because there's a wyvern right next to him that's about to chomp his head off. So he's going to action disengage, and he's going to go to here. Celsi Weaver is just going to finally make it to the top of the stairs, and she's just seeing what's going on here. Yeah, what can she do? Oh yeah, she is going to cast Spirit Guardians on herself. Immediately, a wave of divine light surges, creating an effect around her. And then, not much she can do with her bonus action, and she doesn't see anybody heavily wounded next to her that isn't also dead. Up the end of her turn. These kobolds have already surged forward. Oh, this wyvern is going to go. So this wyvern, unfortunately for the priest, I want to do double check. Okay, yep, that is correct. I didn't skip forward. This wyvern is going to once again sting with its stinger. That will definitely hit, and is going to inject the priest with poison. That is going to be 36 poison damage. The priest, the stinger, unhooks from the body of this poor priest, and the priest goes tumbles off of the wall and hits the ground dead.
Oh.
And the wyvern, it still has its movement and its attack, so it's going to start. It lifts off again, flying, searching for its next victim. It is going to fly a little higher in the air now, so it's going to be 50 feet up. Oh, I can't change the altitude of entire groups of creatures, and that's annoying. But these two kobolds are on its back. At the same time, this kobold that's on the wyvern's back is going to look around and see... It's going to take a shot at Kreth here. That is going to blatantly miss. So a crossbow bolt slams into the stone next to you, Kreth, but is nowhere near hitting you. It is now the owl's turn. Adrien, it is your owl.
The owl is going to pretty much just stay where it is.
Guard is going to do the same thing, moving through, and one attack. That is going to hit. This kobold is dead. This kobold is going to stay on. This one's gonna... Groups of guards. They're also going to make their way. This one's going to have to dash to get close enough, though. This one's going to move forward, and he's going to be in your space for just a second, Ruben, to stab forward with his spear. That will be a 22 to hit. That will hit. And the stab manages to just completely stab through a chink in their armor, and this one goes down. 14. That will be enough. Ruben, from behind you, one of the kobolds, I don't know why I keep wanting to say goblins, one of the kobolds climbs over the wall and steps onto the ramparts here. And so will this one. This guard is going to have to figure out where to go at the moment. Oh yeah, this guard is also going to run over to the doorway to make it up to the ramparts since the kobolds are up there. Adrien, it is back to your turn. There are 3 wyverns currently within view. You are lucky that this one was distracted back to killing the priest rather than maybe lucky, depending on what you wanted.
Alright, Adrien is going to attack the same one again.
All right.
That is 14 critical hit, 19, 26, 15, and 12.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits and 1 critical hit.
Is the critical hit one of the normal hits, or...
One of the is one. No. There is 4 normal hits and 1 critical hit.
Okay. Alright. Alright, so this is the crit. And then...
20 damage. Yeah, with that last shot, it actually goes down. This wyvern, the last shot manages to actually tear off a wing, and it falls. Yeah, these guys are going to take 5d6 falling damage as they hit the ground, and these kobolds slam to the ground. The wyvern hits first, then the kobolds, and they are all... The 2 kobolds are dead on impact, and the wyvern you shot out of the sky, so it was already dead as it fell. But yeah, that was a lot of... with your hasted action, you just shoot a ton of bolts into this creature and it goes down. It is Herbert's turn. Kazi, what do you want Herbert to do?
And oh, Herbert. Oh, the guy I was gonna shoot at is dead. Herbert. I gotta move him. 10 feet forward. Herbert's gonna poke his head up over the wall. Wait,
Yeah.
that guy is... Oh, that guy. Wait. Is this guy dead?
Which one?
The wyvern.
This one is not dead. This one is.
Okay. Herbert is gonna cast... Oh, wait. I don't think he has enough range. Sorry, I'm thinking... No, he does have the range. Okay. He's gonna cast Ice Knife.
Okay. That will hit
17.
the... Yep. That'll hit
The
the
wyvern.
wyvern and the kobold on top of the wyvern. 17 will hit. It will... Yeah, it will barely hit the heavily armored kobold. Go ahead and roll damage. They don't roll a... Oh. And each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2... Go ahead and roll damage, and these guys are going to make dexterity saving throws. That one will succeed. That one will not. So what is the damage for the ice?
Full damage increases by 1d6 per spell slot. He's gonna cast it at 3rd level.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage for that then. The wyvern
That's
will
3d6.
take half damage.
8 damage.
Yeah, this kobold is flung as it is quickly frozen to death, but the wyvern is merely annoyed by the effect. Takes 8 and then 8 piercing damage as well.
Herbert is gonna move the rest of his 10 feet this way toward the tunnel.
All right. There is now back to the scout captain. The scout captain is going to make an attack with advantage. Is going to be attacking the same one that Herbert's attacking, and that will hit. So that's 20 points of damage as the arrow slams into the creature at one of its many weak spots, many chinks in its scales. And this is going to be a normal attack. That will also hit, and then that will be 7. Oh, where are we? Oh, we're at the start of the initiative now.
It's 10-10. You want to stop there?
Yeah, I would say so. So we will start up at the beginning of the initiative next time